ॐ मा श्री मा जय जय मा। 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 Relax.
धीर सहज समाहि बिभ्रति हेमकान्ति नयन सरसिजाभ्यां स्नेहराशि मनसि कलितभावे भक्तमानन्दयान्ति स्मितजिता शरदिन्दु मातरा धीमहि तपना सकलकल्पा कल्पवृक्षोपमानम् शरणागत जनानां तारकं क्लेशपाशान् हृदय कमलमध्ये स्थापयित्वेह विहित विविधा कल्पा पादपीठं भजामि। जय हृदय वासिनी शुद्धा सनातनी श्री आनन्दमयी उमा भुवन उजाला जननी निर्मला पुण्य विस्तारिणी मा उमा राज राजेश्वरी सहस्रधा गौरी प्रणवरूपिणी मा उमा सौम्या समतारा सत्ता मनोहरा पुण्य परात्परमा उमार विश्वसी कुण्डला महाबोम कुन्तला विश्वरूपिणी मा उमा ऐश्वर्य भातिमा माधुर्य प्रतिमा महिमा मण्डिता मा उमा रमा मनोरमा शान्ति शान्ता क्षमा सर्वदेवा বিশ্ববিনী বিশ্ববাসিনী বিশ্ব সংহারিণী মা মা ভক্ত প্রাণ রূপা মূর্তিমতি কৃপা বিলোকতারিণী মা মা কার্য কারণভূতা বেদ বেদাতীতা পরম দেবতা মা বেদা বিনোদিনী যোগী জনরঞ্জিনী ভব ভয় বন্দিনী মা মা মন্ত্র বিজায়িকা বেদ প্রকাশিকা নিখিল ব্যাপিকা মা মা সগুণ স্বরূপা নির্গুণ নিরূপা মহাভাবময়ী মা মা মুগ্ধ জরা জরা গাহিনী রঞ্জর তব গুণ মধুরী মা মোরা মিলে প্রায় প্রাণে প্রণামী শ্রীচরণে জয় 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 মা মোরা মিলে প্রায় প্রাণে মাঘ প্রণামী শ্রীচরণে জয় 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 মা মোরা মিলে প্রাণে প্রাণে প্রণামী শ্রীচরণে জয় 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 মা
हेलो। हाँ शिवम जी ज्वाइन कर लीजिए। हाँ वीडियो पे ओके।
আমি আপন
हेलो। हाँ मैं हेलो। तो ज्वाइन किया आपने? ओके, आप म्यूजियम का नाम बताओगे यूजर नेम के बारे में, क्योंकि मुझे पता नहीं लग रहा है। आप उनका वीडियो ऑन कर दो, ऐसे करो। हाँ हाँ।
দুদিনের মোহমায়া হাসি খুশি দিন রে, দুদিনের মোহমায়া হাসি খুশি দিন রে, দেখছিল ভোলারি তারা মোরে দেখছিল ভোলারি দেখা হলে আর কথা কহে না কহে না, এ ছলনা আর প্রভু সহে না সহে না, নিজ সুখ তারে মম সুখ দুঃখ ভাগে, তারা শুধু চাহে মোরে তাহাদের লাগে, মিছে আশা তীরে কত করে অনুরাগী, মিছে আশা তীরে কত করে অনুরাগী, শেষে দূরে দাঁড়াইরা হাসে সর্বশনিয়ে, শেষে দূরে দাঁড়াইরা হাসে সর্বশনিয়ে, মোরে দেখছিল ফুলারি তারা মোরে দেখছিল ফুলারি, দুদিনের মোহমায়া হাসি খুশি দিন রে, দুদিনের মোহমায়া হাসি খুশি দিন রে, দেখছিল ফুলারি তারা মোরে দেখছিল ফুলারি, দেখা হলে আর কথা কহে না কহে না, এ ছলনা আর প্রভু সহে না সহে না, দেখা হলে আর কথা কহে না কহে না, এ ছলনা আর প্রভু সহে না সহে না, শ্রান্ত চরণ আর দেহ যে বহে না, শ্রান্ত চরণ আর দেহ যে বহে।
Okay, great. So, again, this video is very special because this is the earliest, probably, I don't know if ever recorded, but the earliest existing video of Ma, what we just saw. And it becomes more special because it's the only video where we can have darshan of Baba Bholanath himself. So, as you all know, I really, I hoped that we will get some responses, and and still anyone is welcome to today in our satsang, because as I have informed in that video, I am on a pilgrimage, on a very sudden pilgrimage to Dakshineshwar. Right now I'm sitting in Dakshineshwar right now, So
Yeah,
I
I
just came
always
from the
recommend.
temple of Bhavatarini, from just
हाँ
seeing the
हाँ
room
लैपटॉप
of
रख
where
दो और
Sri
कैमरा ऑन कर
Ramakrishna
दो.
himself stayed and everything.
क्या रिवीजन
So
करा रहे हैं?
because I'm out, so that's why we thought of doing some things special rather than what we usually
ठीक है
do.
कैमरा ऑन.
Anybody's Jai Ma,
शरणं प्रपदे श्रीमात्र शरणं प्रपदे
Matri Sharanam Prapadye. So as on my pilgrimage to Dakshineshwar, it is my very first time I'm coming to Bengal, and the very first time, at least in this life, visiting Dakshineshwar itself. And so I was reading about Ma's visit to Dakshineshwar in the year 1938. How Ma visited Dakshineshwar, and it became more special. She had an entourage of around 80 people. Dakshineshwar was nothing like what we see today, constricted, and here you can't go and like that. It was all open in the middle of some lush jungle, green jungle. And it's like Bhavatarini herself, it's like a sister going and visiting another sister. So I'm going to read a little bit today about Ma's visit to Dakshineshwar from one of the most important literature on Ma available, which is Gurupriya Didi's diaries. They are called Sri Ma Anandamai, and there are around, let's say, 16 volumes of it in Bengali. There are 16 volumes. So, so in our satsang, we will also try to incorporate from now on some other sources and read time to time. Let us say we will have 5 satsangs or 6 satsangs in our regular format. Then we will have something special. And I already had a request in that video. I don't know how many of you have seen it. That I wanted some of you to speak today for 5 minutes, on your any story, anything about Ma, any experience, so that listening to your stories, we can have more, we can develop and we can stabilize our faith in Ma's Leela more. So please, today all are welcome in Dakshineshwar. So let me read from Guru Pradidi's diary. It's very mechanical, but it's very interesting, the entire story. So there is going to be a little bit of backdrop. So let's hear story of Ma visiting Dakshineshwar. Just give me a second, everybody. So here it's about, it is Ma is here. The context is Ma was in at that time in Dhaka, and then Ma was visiting some other places, and finally Ma came to Kolkata. So I'm reading from just a simple text, not reading the whole thing. The next day, so what happened that here, one of Ma's devotees in the devotees family, somebody died. So a period of mourning was going on. So here, the Guru Priya Didi's diaries are written just like that. They are very impromptu and sometimes a little mechanical also, what is happening day to day. So the next day, I'm starting reading. The next day was the last day of the ritualistic mourning period after the death of some relative of Jyotish Guha. Jyotish Guha was one of the very prominent householder devotees of Ma from Kolkata. So here we go. So the washerwoman and other domestic helpers came very early and finished their work. जो होता है, after 13 days of mourning period, one needs to, shave their head and all those things. So the work was done. The house was also cleaned and mopped early. Jnana Brahmachari came as he had promised and took the dal and rice, and also took 1 rupee from the 5 rupees for vegetables left for Dakshineshwar. So here already it was a plan that after the mourning period was over of this devotee's family, the Ma and all of the people, they will go to Dakshineshwar and visit Dakshineshwar. So here the car was to come at 7, but it did not arrive even at 9. So this car was coming for Ma. Is my voice clear now? I heard that my voice is not clear. Khushbu ji, can anyone tell me, is my voice clear?
Yes, your voice is
Yes, your
clear.
voice is clear.
Oh, thank you. So the car was to come at 7, but it did not arrive even at 9. So Yatish Guha, Shitish, their mother and aunt, and some others went by bus to Bada Bazar Ghat. This cost about 1 rupee. The two brothers bathed at the Bada Bazar Ghat and then started searching for a boat. So these two brothers, they were trying to search for a boat at Bada Bazar Ghat. Those who have been to Kolkata may know. And so that Ma and all other devotees could pass and go to Dakshineshwar. So they were at the side of the Belur. Ma was staying towards the side of the Belur Mutt at that time. So this and started that no boat could be hired for less than 8 rupees. So what happened that they only had 1 rupees. The two brothers had only 1 rupees, but they couldn't find any boatman going the other side for less than 8 rupees. And no more than 13 people could be accommodated in one boat. It was a big problem. The brothers were desperate and walked from Bada Bazar till Ahir Tola Ghat, a good distance, but got the same reply everywhere. Finally, they turned back disheartened, and just then they heard someone calling out. They looked down the river and saw two new boats sailing towards them, and the boatsmen beckoning them. This is how Ma's Leela happens. They walked for a long distance, finding no boatmen going and all. And when they were absolutely hopeless and they turned their face, suddenly these two boatmen appear with absolutely new boats. Let's see what happens. They looked down the river and saw two new boats sailing towards them and the boatsmen beckoning them. The boatsmen cried out, Babu, if you want to hire boats, come in ours. Jyotish Guha replied that they wanted to go to Dakshineshwar but could not pay much fare. The boatmen said, Babu, we have set sail our new boats today, and so we shall not specify any fare for you. We shall take whatever you give. The two brothers now began discussing that since they had so little money with them, it would not be fair to hire two boats. Here, one boat was going to cost around 8 rupees, and here they have two new boats and they are happy to get whatever is offered. So, it was hitting the conscience of these two brothers. Let's see what happens next. The boatsmen intervened, saying, We are uncle and nephew, and we have set out with our new boats for the first time. So we shall agree to anything that you give. Come on, do not delay further. The brothers saw that the boatsmen were actually keen to take them, and their joy knew no bounds. Realizing Ma's limitless grace, they mentally bowed 100 times at her feet and sat in the boat with their families and crossed the river to Salkia Ghat, where they picked up Ma and all of us. And thus we made the trip to Dakshineshwar altogether. Now here, if one closes their eyes and just imagine that, we are here one can see the those who have been to Kolkata can imagine probably, seeing the Dakshineshwar temple's spire, the Pancharatna, the five spires of Dakshineshwar temple, and you are in the boat with Ma herself, and absolutely amazingly divine kirtan is going on, and Ma is herself singing. So, here what is written here: as Ma crossed the Ganga, devotees sang kirtan to the accompaniment of the khol and kartal. That bliss cannot be described. Absolutely. Dakshineshwar, Ganga on that Ma herself, and great kirtan happening. What one could wish for more? Ma, but see here, Ma's health condition. Ma had high fever, but her bliss permeated personality was constantly full of joy. Ananda Swarupa, chahe kuch bhi ho jaye. Someone recited the Chandi, and some others sang the name of Radha, Radhe Govinda. That's how beautifully, in Ma's presence, every dhara, every thought process, every sect, they just beautifully, coexist and sometimes even merge with each other in absolute harmony. यहाँ त्वंग स्वहा त्वंग स्वधा त्वंग ही वषटकार स्वरात्मिका चंडी पे हो रहा है इन द बोट, और वहां राधे गोविंद हो रहा है. So beautiful. And in Dakshineshwar, as you all know, in the very beginning as you enter, पहले राधा गोविंद जी का ही मंदिर आता है, and after that we see Bhavatarini. So here, Ma was seated wrapped in a woolen shawl. At 11:30, the boat reached Dakshineshwar Ghat. Just on this thought, let us imagine that Ma ke saath we have reached Dakshineshwar's Ghat. We can see the Dakshineshwar temple and Ma wahan pe hai. Just on this thought, can we all together say aloud, everybody, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai 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 Bhavatarini Ma, Jai Anandamai Ma. So we have reached with Ma at Dakshineshwar Ghat. Ma climbed the steps and went to the shore. Everyone touched Ma's footprints. What is it? Ma नदी में गंगा में पैर रखी, और माँ जिन सीढ़ियों से ठाकुर रोज नहाने आते थे, रामकृष्ण परमहंस देव, उन्हीं सीढ़ियों से माँ अपने भींगे पैरों से माँ उठ रही हैं सीढ़ियों से, और वहां पे माँ के चरण चिन्ह गंगा जल से स्निग्ध, माँ is climbing up those steps. Just imagine where Ramakrishna Paramahansa to climb down, and every morning you should take Ganga bath. So here Ma has stepped down in Ganga and she's climbing up, and her footprints, smeared with Ganga water, are all on the steps. And all these people were touching those Ma's footprints, और सब अपने हाथों में प्रणाम कर रहे थे, and then touched their heads and hearts in veneration. The Kali temple at that time was shut. Arati was performed at the Madan Mohan temple. As I told you, as soon as you reach Dakshineshwar, in the very beginning, you have the Madan Mohan temple. So at that time, Madan Mohan temple, and their Arati was happening. All the people sat around Ma in the Natya Mandir. As we all know, in front of Bhavatarini's temple, we have the Natya Mandir. So they all sat there. Before Kirtan, some people went on for a bath in the Ganga. Ma asked, shall I not bathe in Ganga? एक छोटी बच्ची की तरह. सब लोग जा रहे हैं, माँ देख रही है गंगा घाट पे, सब नहाने जा रहे हैं। माँ पूछी, मैं ये शरीर नहीं नहाएगी गंगा में? ज्योतिष दादा's mother said, this is not Jyotish Chandra Rai, this is Jyotish Guha, another devotee of Ma. So Jyotish Dada's mother said, Ma, you have fever, so you should not bathe in Ganga. You sit here. We will bathe and come. एक छोटी बच्ची को डांटते हैं वैसे करके। ओके, माँ ने भी अपना सर वो करके, she just smiled. They all had their bath and sat for their puja. All these devotees, they took their bath and they all sat in the Nat Mandir and for doing their japa and something. But just then, at that moment when everybody was sitting down calmly and doing japa, just then they heard the devotees shouting and turned to see Ma running very joyfully towards them. And can anyone guess what happened? अचानक जब सब लोग आराम से पूजा संध्या करने बैठ रहे हैं, तुरंत एक सब जो भक्त लोग हैं सबकी चिल्लाने की आवाज आ रही है। क्या हुआ, क्या हुआ? मां द्रुत वेग में, at a swift speed, Ma was just running very joyfully towards them, towards the devotees. And then the next moment, she had jumped into the Ganga and was swimming about merrily. माँ फुल स्पीड में गई भक्तों के सामने, भक्तों को एकदम चीरते हुए, and she just jumped in Ganga and started swimming. Absolutely. Imagine the entire scenario. Her लीला. Many others. और माँ गंगा में कूदी, माँ के बच्चे तट पे रहेंगे, कैसे हो सकता है? They all jumped. Many of them jumped into the water with her. After some time, Ma came out of the water and sat in the Natya Mandir. Devotees wiped Ma's head. I can see, like some of you, who knows, maybe some of you were there in Dakshineshwar at that time with Ma in your last birth. I can right now see, like, all the people who are in the satsang, somebody is wiping Ma's head, somebody is very carefully, trying to wipe Ma's face and her hands and her feet. And some ladies aiding her in changing her cloth. So Ma is getting ready. Bhavatarini herself in the human form is getting ready. And now, in the Natya Mandir, Kirtan has started. Kirtan was started, and a large crowd gathered. Bhog was prepared, and devotees offered it to Ma and Bholanath. Prasad was distributed to all. About 82 or 83 people received prasad. Though the dal and rice used weighed only 15 seers. मतलब बस 15 सेर चावल और दाल का प्रसाद बना था, लेकिन उतने में 82 people, they had their prasad. हो गया. Ma is Annapurna also. So why there is going to be scarcity, whatever be the amount you have taken for food. After so many devotees received prasad, one full bucket of khichdi remained, and all were surprised to see this. एक तो कम खाना बनाया गया था, उसके ऊपर इतने सारे लोग खा गए, तब भी एक बाल्टी खिचड़ी बचा का बचा रह गया. बोलते ना अक्षय पात्र, अक्षय पात्र. Where Ma's kripa is there nothing will ever finish. Ma again sat in the Natya Mandir and devotees resumed Kirtan. Bhog खाने के बाद, प्रसाद खाने के बाद फिर माँ तुरंत नाट्य मंदिर में गई और वहां फिर जमजमाट गगन चुंबन करती हुई कीर्तन शुरू हुई. A slight change in Ma's bhava was perceptible. As the scheduled time came to an end, devotees got ready to return home with Ma. Some people wished to contribute towards the expenses of the day's trip and function. Later, Jyotish Guha told us that surprisingly enough, the amount contributed by the devotees exactly compensated the amount that was falling short of the boat fare. Not a paise less or more. This is, ये माँ के लिए भी बोला जाता है. Anyone who goes to माँ, माँ उसको इतना ही देती है जो ना ज्यादा हो और जो ना कम हो. That is absolutely in perfect amount. So the amount contributed by the devotees exactly compensated the amount that was falling short of the boat fare. Not a paise less or more. Everyone was astonished at this fact. Jyotish Dada comprehended that was why Ma had said, "It will be done." Now everyone returned to the boat and Ma lay down as soon as she got into the boat. It was the 10th day of the dark fourth night, on which the immersion ceremony is performed after Ganga Puja. Devotees sang Kirtan and returned home with Ma. Ma went with us to Salkia, while the others returned to their own houses. After the dip in the Ganga, Ma's fever came down. So this is an incident. This is an incident of Ma going to Dakshineshwar. आपको बता दें, I will send, मैं आपको भेजूंगा, आप लोग खुद पढ़ सकते हैं. We are not including it in the satsang. I'm going to send the conversation. So उसी टाइम पे Subhash Chandra Bose, he had arrived in Dakshineshwar. And the most interesting fact, one of the most important places in Dakshineshwar, if people will know, is the Panchavati. Panchavati, the holy grove of the 5 holy trees, was exactly the place where Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa would go almost every night or many nights, and he would just do his sadhana there. So it was there that Ma took Subhash Chandra Basu, and there sitting under the absolutely holy divine presence of the Panchavati, Ma and Subhash Chandra Bose, they had a long conversation. Just to give you a gist, so that I hope you all read it, the Leela, it is going to be very interesting. To give you a gist, Ma and Subhash Chandra Basu, they had a talk, and Ma said that, that is it the only way by serving nation that you can serve God? And Subhash Chandra Bose's reply was also very interesting. So it was going to be very amazing for you all to read their conversation. So अब मैं आता हूँ दक्षिणेश्वर में. I hope everybody was able to hear. Great. So, I have switched off my, as I'm out, I don't have Wi-Fi, so I've switched off my video. Otherwise, you won't be able to listen. Just think you all are listening to Mars Radio today. So, एक अब कुछ चीजें किताबों में नहीं होती है. माँ के साथ जो लोग दक्षिणेश्वर गए थे, उनमें से कन्यापीठ में बाद में जो, सो इन मास ऑन्टोराज, आपको पता होना चाहिए, बहुत सी महिलाएं थी, and they were all called दीदीज, so there were these बड़ी दीदियां जो माँ के साथ हमेशा माँ की सेवा में रहते थे, and they all. So what happened that उनमें से कुछ लोगों ने देखा था, probably we do not know how many people were able to see that Leela. It's going to be very interesting for you all to hear. माँ जैसे ही दक्षिणेश्वर गई, ये माँ की लीला में होती थी. दैट इज कुछ सेकंड में, कुछ पलों में माँ कुछ लीला करती थी. जिनको दर्शन होते थे, जिनको नहीं होना है नहीं होते थे. तो जिन लोगों ने इसको देखा, one of the ladies, she was very old and she told my mother about this incident कि काजल, आप विश्वास नहीं करोगी, माँ जैसे ही दक्षिणेश्वर में उठी, हम लोग को ऐसा लगा, दिखा माँ एकदम अंदर गई गर्भगृह में। एंड शी सेड विद इन अ सेकेंड वी सॉ कि जैसे दो बहनें गले मिल रही हैं। माँ जस्ट हग्ड द काली and they literally saw, I don't know, literally or it was mystically, whatever it was, the Leela, they literally saw Bhavatarini's hands hugging Ma. And they hugged each other, and the Leela lasted only for a few seconds, probably, of maybe, who knows, fraction of seconds. And Ma just at a swift speed, Ma came back. So, ये किताबों में लिखी हुई है। अब यहाँ पे आते हैं भवतारिणी की लीला। So, दो चीज, that is, it was my mother's intuition. So, in Varanasi, this was the year 2004. Vishuddha Chakravarti ji, she is the oldest right now surviving woman from Ma's time. She was one of the earliest girls of Ma's Gurukul, Kanya Peeth in Varanasi. Right now, she is in Kankhal. One can go. And I would urge and request, it's a blessing to go and meet her. She's the last person who knows about these things. So, Vishuddha Di was there, my mother, and another old devotee of Ma, Dr. Premlata Srivastav. So, वो लोग रोज शाम को सत्संग करते थे, and they would read Ma's book and all together. And I used to accompany them. I was very young in that time. So one day my mother suddenly said that, Vishuddha Di, since as a child I have this great feeling that Ma ऐसे ही नहीं आने वाली है. That is, Ma is not going to take a human form, that power so easily. And Vishuddha said, Kajal, what are you saying? What do you mean? And she said that until and unless that divine, absolute, Adi Shakti, she is invoked, with like Ma ko aana padega, Ma aao. If she's not invoked to come in a human form or like that, with so much power, Ma wouldn't have had manifested. And she said that I feel since as a kid that it was Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa, the only person on earth who had that power, that Shakti, to kind of, I would use a strong word, I wouldn't say force, but what here we can say, कि एक तरीके से माँ के ख्याल को लाना, तुम्हें आना ही पड़ेगा. So I always say, and when my mother said this thing, that it was Ramakrishna Paramahansa who invoked Ma, and Ma had to come among us, taking a physical form. Vishuddha Di, listening to that, was dumbstruck. She said, Kajal, आज इतने सालों बाद ये बात मैं फिर से सुन रही हूँ. मैं मतलब दूसरे किसी ने भी बोला, तो बोले कि yes, Hari Baba and some other great Mahatmas of that time used to say this thing, कि माँ ठाकुर की भवतारिणी है और कोई नहीं. So, अब आते हैं और एक कंटेक्स्ट में. आई हैव हर्ड इट फ्रॉम अ वेरी क्लोज डिवोटी जिसने खुद ये सुना. मामू, that is Mr. Makhan Bhattacharya, that is Anandamyi Ma's only living brother, younger brother. So प्यार से सब लोग उनको मामा बुलाते थे, मामा जी, मामू. So मामा जी एक दिन बोल रहे हैं किसी से, अरे तुम लोग तुम्हारी माँ को नहीं पहचान पाए, तुम लोग कभी नहीं पहचान पा रहे हो. You all do not know who she is. And then he said, दक्षिणेश्वर के जो वो पागल पुरोहित थे, जिनके पीछे माँ 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 बोल के दिन रात रोते थे, जिनके लिए अपना गर्दन काटने गए, तुम लोगों की माँ, दिस इज मास ब्रदर सेइंग, तुम लोगों की माँ वही भवतारिणी है जिसके पीछे ठाकुर पागल थे. तुम लोगों ने माँ को आज तक पहचाना ही नहीं. माँ को इसीलिए बंगाल में मानुष काली बोलते थे. मानुष मीन्स मनुष्य, और हाड़ मांस की काली. So, I feel so blessed today that I go there every morning. I sit there in the Nat Mandir. सिर्फ माँ वहां नहीं बैठी, रामकृष्ण परमहंस उस नाट मंदिर में रात रात भर घूमते थे, वहां बैठ के माँ को देखते थे, निहारते थे। वो वहां बैठ के माँ को श्यामा संगीत सुनाते थे, और ऐसा संगीत सुनाया रामकृष्ण परमहंस ने, ऐसा आवाहन किया कि भवतारिणी खुद वहां आके बैठी और लीला की। सो we all, and who knows, there is a prediction. आपको पता हो या ना हो, एक prediction है, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa himself had said that he is going to come back. And as per the calculations, the time is already here. It's almost the time. And there was another great saint, maybe some of you have heard his name, Sri Sitaram Omkarnath Das Baba. सीताराम ओंकारनाथ जी बहुत महान महान महात्मा संत थे. He was known, he was even known, he was compared to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? हमेशा उनके यहाँ पे हरे राम हरे कृष्ण बस होता था. He was very close to माँ. माँ ने जब अपना शरीर त्यागा, he said, माँ इस बार खुद को बहुत ढक के रखी थी, इस बार माँ बहुत जल्द दोबारा बंगाल में ही किसी सद ब्राह्मण घर में माँ दोबारा आने वाली हैं, क्योंकि माँ का अभी भी बहुत काम है. और इस बार तो माँ खुद को बहुत ढक के रखी थी. Origin means literally, Ma would cover her. Those who have seen Ma, Kamlesh ji has seen Ma, if anybody else has seen Ma would cover herself so much, with chadar and everything. Even Sharada Ma bhi khud ko bahut cover karke rakhti thi. So, and that was not literal meaning. Meaning tha Ma ki leelaएं. Only I feel 20% of it is there in the books. Most of her leelas, like सुभाष चंद्र बोस से क्या बातें हुई माँ की, there is a good part of it, but most of the thing we do not know. So माँ ने अपनी लीलाओं को भी ढक के रखा, खुद को भी ढक के रखा एकदम. But सीताराम ओंकारनाथ दास जी said, इस बार माँ, these are the exact words he said, इस बार माँ जब आएंगी तो माँ दुर्गा दशभुजा रूप में आएंगी, और इस बार जब आएंगी तब देखना उस दशभुजा रूप में, उस 10 हाथों वाले रूप में इस ब्रह्मांड का क्या रूप होता है जब मां आएंगी. And I personally very much believe in this one thing. If Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa has himself said, he will come, he will come. If Sitaram Baba has, and many people, they tell me that Shubham maa nahi वापस आएंगी, ये नहीं, because we don't have faith in their words. We don't have faith in Ma is Mahabhavamai. It's an appeal. We all try from our ways how to fix the world. See, how to fix the world, what can we do to the world, what can we do for world, what help we can do, and how little we can actually do. World is too big. But imagine if these prophecies of Ramakrishna Paramahansa coming back and Ma coming back is fulfilled. Don't you all think that, I think the world is going to be some little better place then? Again. But it is our responsibility. They won't come like that. हमें भाव से बुलाना पड़ेगा. जैसे उस दिन मैं बोला लास्ट सत्संग में, माँ आओ, आवाहन. So आज हम लोग, I am in Dakshineshwar. You all are also in Dakshineshwar with me. You all are with me in the Kali Kshetra. Let us join our hands, and I don't know what prayers you have, but let us pray together today for the world that please, माँ ठाकुर, आपने बोला प्रोफेसी है, आप आओगे, आपको जो करना है करो, मेक दिस वर्ल्ड विथ योर ओन लीला. Let the mundane humans who are not in the path of sadhana, nothing, just overflow us with your absolute divine grace. And if possible, hypothetically सोचते आनंद तो आता है, I also feels like that. हम सब भवतारिणी के नाट्य मंदिर में बैठे हैं, बीच में माँ है, कीर्तन हो रहा है, और हम लोग फिर से माँ के चरण छू रहे हैं, कोई माँ के बाल संवार रहा है, और नाट मंदिर में भवतारिणी के सामने उधर संध्या आरती हो रही है भवतारिणी की, एंड यहाँ माँ के साथ हम कीर्तन कर रहे हैं. आज क्योंकि स्पेशल दिन है, स्पेशल सत्संग था, आज हम थोड़ा ज्यादा समय लेंगे, थोड़ा ज्यादा, ज्यादा नहीं. एंड चलिए आंख बंद करते हैं, अब माँ कीर्तन सुनते हैं. जय माँ, जय माँ, जय माँ. खुशबू जी, कैन यू प्लीज प्ले सम कीर्तन? लेट मी स्टार्ट. ओम माँ श्री माँ जय जय माँ. 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 जय भवतारिणी जय जय माँ. जय भवतारिणी जय जय माँ. जय भव उद्धारिणी जय जय माँ. आनंददायिनी जय जय माँ. आनंददायिनी जय जय माँ. ज्ञान स्वरूपिणी जय जय माँ. ज्ञान स्वरूपिणी जय जय माँ. भवतारिणी जय जय माँ. भवतारिणी जय जय माँ. आनंददायिनी जय जय माँ. आनंददायिनी जय जय माँ. भवोद्धारिणी जय जय माँ. भवोद्धारिणी जय जय माँ. ज्ञान स्वरूपिणी जय जय माँ. ज्ञान स्वरूपिणी जय जय माँ. कैवल्यदायिनी जय जय माँ. कैवल्यदायिनी जय जय माँ. ओम माँ श्री माँ जय जय माँ. माँ ओम माँ श्री माँ जय जय माँ. ओम माँ श्री माँ जय जय माँ. जय जय माँ. जय जय माँ. जय ठाकुर बोलो जय जय माँ. जय ठाकुर बोलो जय जय माँ. भवतारिणी ज्ञान स्वरूपिणी. भवतारिणी ज्ञान स्वरूपिणी. आनंद रूपिणी आनंदमयी माँ. आनंद रूपिणी आनंदमयी माँ. आनंद रूपिणी आनंदमयी माँ. आनंद रूपिणी आनंदमयी माँ. नित्यानंद रूपिणी नित्यानंद माँ. ज्ञान स्वरूपिणी जय जय मां, प्रेम प्रदायिनी जय जय मां, प्रेम प्रदायिनी जय जय मां, बोलो जय जय मां, बोलो जय जय मां, जय जय मां, बोलो जय जय मां, शारदा रूपिणी जय जय मां, शारदा रूपिणी जय जय मां, ज्ञान प्रकाशिनी जय जय मां, ज्ञान प्रकाशिनी जय जय मां, भवतारिणी जय जय मां, भवतारिणी जय जय मां, जय मां जय मां जय जय मां, जय मां जय मां जय जय मां, ओम मां श्री 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 मां जय जय मां, ओम सर्वमंगलमंगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते, सृष्टिस्थिति विनाशानं शक्तिभूते सनातनी गुणाश्रये गुणमये नारायणी नमोस्तुते, जयन्ती मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते, दक्षयज्ञ विनाशिन्यै महाघोरायै योगिनी कोटि परिवृतायै भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु निद्रारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु क्षुधारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु श्रद्धारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः, इन्द्रियाणामधिष्ठात्री भूतानां चाखिलेषु या भूतेषु सततं तस्यै व्याप्तिदेव्यै नमो नमः, चितिरूपेण या कृत्स्नम् एतद्व्याप्य स्थिता जगत् नमस्तस्यै नमस्तस्यै Namastasya namo namaha. Sarvaswarupe sarveshe sarvashakti samanvite bhayebhyastrahino devi durge devi namostute. Om bhavatap prapranashinyai ananda ghanamurtaye jnana bhakti pradayinyai मा तत्स्तुभ्यं नमो नमः. प्रेम से बोलो श्री श्रीमानंदमयी माँ की जय. बोलो श्री श्री मुक्तानंद गिरिजी महाराज जी की जय. बोलो शिव स्वरूप बाबा भोलानाथ जी की जय. बोलो लक्ष्मी स्वरूपिणी गुरुप्रिया दीदी की जय. बोलो आत्म रूपे स्वरूपे आपनापन गुरुदेव जी की जय. बोलो काशी विश्वनाथ की जय. बोलो परमहंस श्री श्री रामकृष्ण परमहंस देव की जय. बोलो ज्ञान स्वरूपिणी शारदा माई की जय. बोलो दक्षिणेश्वर धाम की जय. जोर से बोलो, प्रेम से बोलो. भवतारिणी दक्षिणेश्वरी काली की जय. बोलो गंगा माई की जय. बोलो पूर्ण ब्रह्म नारायण नारायणी श्री श्री आनंदमयी माँ की जय जय जय. यदक्षरं परिभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् पूर्णं भवतु तत्सर्वं तत्प्रसादान् महेश्वरी. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. हरिः ओम् तत्सत्. जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ. आज माँ का थॉट था, लेकिन इस माँ के कीर्तन के बाद एक ही प्रार्थना मेरे मन से जो निकल रही है, हे माँ पूर्ण शरणागति का आशीर्वाद दो हम सबको. इतना विश्वास दो कि बस पूर्ण शरणागत होके तुम्हारी इस लीला में हम लोग भी तुम्हारे तुम में ही मिल जाए. Let us pray for पूर्ण शरणागति. What else we need? Jai Ma. I would, Kamlesh ji, Jai Ma, tomorrow, I'm reaching, I will reach Kashi on Tuesday. So next Sunday, we will again have our regular satsang. And thank you so much for being with me in this pilgrimage to Dakshineshwar, in this special satsang for us today. I was sitting in Kashi last Sunday. I'm sitting here in Dakshineshwar. Who knows where Ma will take me next Sunday? I don't know yet. And I would like, thank you so much for all coming. And I would like if Amit ji is there in the house. Khushbu ji, Amit ji is there?
No, Amiji is not there.
Amaji is not there.
Okay.
Amay is there for
Amay is
assisting.
there for assisting.
Okay. I would request other devotees who are here, you can stay. I would request, Amay ji, who is there in Kamlesh sir's house, to turn on the camera. And I would like to, today it's a special day. हम लोग को जल्दी रहता है, 8 बज गए सत्संग खत्म करना है. Sometimes I always tell, दुनियादारी के कामों के लिए तो लोगों के पास बड़ा समय रहता है. सॉरी, मैं इस लहजे में बात कर रहा हूँ. माँ के लिए अगर 10-15 मिनट ज्यादा देने पड़े तो इतनी बड़ी बात आई थिंक नहीं है. तो आज मुझे रिक्वेस्ट है, आई वुड लव टू हियर कमलेश सर, मोक्षप्रिया मासी, अदर्स, कुछ आप लोग बोले सत्संग के बारे में, ये जो चल रहा है, whatever comes.
Shubham, for me, this particular satsang is so moving because I have been a lifelong devotee of Dakshineshwar, of Thakur, and Madhav, Shardama. I do not visit tourists when I'm on a trip with a bhav. Any temple in is a greater feeling than Dakshineshwar. So, blessings be upon all of us, and we hope in future to bring more, because there is a trip of mine, Dakshineshwar. As you know, she's bathing out there, and you can see temple in the background, at mid-1930. So we hope to prepare more to come. I know it is not easy when you're traveling, do all this. But I really admire you have made. And may Ma's blessings all our efforts. Thank you. Now I'll ask Moksha to say something.
Can we? Yeah, I would like to see Masi. Jai Ma.
Shubham, can you be
After
muted?
Yes.
listening to your satsang, actually, it's very difficult to speak. It's very difficult to put words and express what one feels. However, since you have asked for it, all I can say is that I was born in Calcutta. And as some of you may know, my paternal grandmother always used, whenever I met her, which was infrequently, would say, Ma came to Shahbag, and that time Ma was not known by anyone. And Ma used to go into Samadhi while she would be cooking. And then my Dadi said that because my paternal grandfather was in charge of Shahbag, and he and his employees came and told my grandmother that there is this lady, and she probably is very sick because she seems to be অজ্ঞান হয়ে গেছে, means she's বেহোশ hai. So my grandmother was called. Hurriedly she went, and she told me, she said, I took one look at Ma and I said, no, she's not sick. She's in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And then she said, Kirtan karo, Kirtan karo, Kirtan karo. And as they all started doing Kirtan, slowly but surely, Ma came out of her deep Samadhi state. So the fact that in Antara we are all gathered and we are listening to you from Dakshineshwar is nothing but the grace of Bhavatarini, Kali, Ma herself. Joy Ma.
Is that means I is that Sajili ji sitting?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, I would. She's my mentor now. So I would love to hear her. She has given me such a new vision for so many things. I'm so happy I can see her. She's here.
There's very little beautiful satsang, Shubham. Thank you. It's really beautiful. Very heartfelt. Like Kamlesh said.
I hope soon I'm there, and yes, for Guru Purnima we will be there together.
That's true.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope more and more can gather in this. As I say that Ma gave me this thing of satsang when I read about her last picture, and ये एक महायज्ञ है. आज 4 लोग हैं, इसमें 6 लोग हम लोग हैं. सत्संग के प्रकाश से जो भी होएगा, it will. I feel that I have been pulled here. I had no plans of coming to Dakshineshwar. Just I felt such a pull. I have never been to Bengal, for some of you may not know. And I just came here.
Never been to Bengal.
Yeah, you all have been to, apart from me. so, so yes, and the kind of experiences I had here. So I really wish, I don't know, if I could cancel my bus tomorrow, I would, and I would stay maybe 2-3 days more, because I don't know, I'm just stuck here. So yes. So okay, I will take leave. You all be in this presence of Ma, and we'll meet soon next Sunday. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma.
Yeah, Ma, thank you.